Welcome to Knuckle Town.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about, have your cloud, it be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now.
Welcome to Knuckle Town.
With me, a slow burn like a deceiver. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can.
Welcome to Knuckle Town, and as we join us today, you know we like to get into all things bare knuckle. Sometimes we can be skewed one way or the other, so we definitely have a superstar joining us today, man. We're very privileged to get BKB, pound for pound, best fighter in the BKB. They don't call him the king for nothing. Jimmy the King Sweeney joining us today, man. Welcome to the Knuckle Town, Jimmy.
Thank you for having me on, mate. Appreciate it.
Man, I really appreciate it. So, man, you know, we got into it a little bit earlier. We were talking about a few things, and I want to get into first, Jimmy. I don't know. A lot of people should know you. They may not. I mean, 15-4 record, and you talked about they vacated some of your fights based on
to get rid of. As I said previously, I was 17-0, and then we've had a betting company come in, and basically because the betting. They've basically started from when they started betting, so the previous fight stuff that I've had isn't on that record because over that. So I'm up on 30 something fights.
Gee, I mean, bare knuckle fights, and you haven't lost many. I mean, it's pretty impressive record, and you are a true bare knuckler, right? Ain't no boxer, you're a bare knuckle fighter.
Yeah, I'm a boxer, and just so happens I'm quite decent at bare knuckle as well. So,
well, and let's get into that. I mean, you are pride of the Irish, and we want to talk about the background. What got you into bare knuckle? And you alluded to a little bit this your background. Please fill us in on what got you into bare knuckle.
I'm an Irish traveller. If the people in America don't know what it is, it's basically Mickey out of Snatch, isn't it? So that's what we are. We're Irish travellers, and bare knuckle boxing is part of our culture. Like we've through years and years we've used it to settle feuds and stuff like that. Like the best of one family would go out against the best of another family and just get it on and stop arguments. So we've been doing it for years and years. So I've been doing that before I've come over and started doing it professionally.
So yeah, it wasn't much of a change of pace for you to become a prize fighter.
It was normal. It was kind of like, so when I started, I've had that much like experience in it. So I was that far ahead of the competition. So I was just going through them like a hot knife through butter.
Did you ever win a caravan beating someone's ass?
Nah. Maybe someday.
I want to talk to you also about just the explosion of bare knuckle. You guys got to be seeing it there, man. The popularity of the sport across the sport is growing, right? I mean, how do you feel about that?
It's grown massive, and you know, as I said before, it's one of my biggest achievements in helping this sport, the sport that I love, grow as much as it is. When I started, we were fighting in basically in a ring and fields and the hay bales. The boys still doing the hay bales, but if you look now, like. It's massive now within the O2 in London. It's really took off in America, next Russia, Italy, all over the world. So when I've started, there was none of that really. There was like you've had your Bobby Guns, like in America trying to like pure fake shit, but you've had that. But look at it now. It's gone absolutely massive over there, and it's gone massive back here as well. So I'm just happy to have done my part for that.
I feel like the more people learn about the sport, I feel like they have a misconception. When they don't know a lot about it, they think it's brutal or they think it's a tough man competition. They don't realize how much skill. And then when you see it and you actually go live, it's the most
Yeah.
exciting sport live you can go to.
It's still pretty brutal though. It is still pretty brutal, but
It is.
it's a sport. You know what I mean? I remember when we started all that, we've had that conception as like obviously I'm an Irish traveller, but everyone's thought, oh, it's travelers or it's gangsters or it's this and it's that. You know what I mean? And then when you start coming to the shows and families start coming and they're like, you know what, this is completely different than what we thought it was. This is actually a sport and there's skill involved in this and like you can bring your family to these things and really enjoy it.
Absolutely. And then, I mean, and it takes kind of people that love, I came in as a boxing fan. I was born in the 70s, grew up in the 90s, whatever, 80s, 90s. I was a huge boxing guy. It was before MMA. We loved the original concept of different styles fighting each other. We used to argue about it, right? You think Kung Fu could beat Mike Tyson? No.
Yeah.
So when it came out, you had it, right? But it seems to have lost that what we're looking for, that edge. And that's why I feel like you got
it's the excitement because like when you watch a boxing show, like you want to be seeing guys getting knocked out. You want to be seeing blood. You want to be seeing excitement. You want to be. But nowadays it's like, so with all fight cards, it's hard to pick. You will have your favorites, but it's hard to pick. Right, who's going to win? If you go to a pro boxing show and there's 10 fights on, you could literally pick the 9 that's going to win. Boom, boom, and then you'd have your headliner who'd probably be a 50-50. But everyone else, you know. And it's just boring, you know what I mean? What's the point? But with all shows, you don't know. That's part of the excitement. You just don't have a clue because one punch can change a fight. It brings raw excitement back to it, and you just get hooked on it.
Absolutely, man. The adrenaline rush, and I go to a lot of shows. I mean, I've been to like the last 7 live here in America, and it's like. Just changes on the inside. I don't really know how to describe it, man, how it feels in the arena. Yeah. And you can break your hand. I mean, so many things can happen in a fight, right? Yeah. I've seen a guy win in all 3 rounds and break both his hands and he can't fight.
In the last round, you just don't know. I've seen guys get knocked out in seconds. You don't know on this board, and I think everyone loves to see a scrap, like everyone loves to see. Everyone. Like if you're out on a Saturday night and you see a fight, there's about 20-30 people around watching this fight. You know what I mean? No fucker jump in to stop it. They just want to watch it. So we bring that excitement. We bring that excitement when we put it into the ring for them.
So let's talk about your dominance in VKB, man. I mean, you've literally been dominating the VKB since the beginning of that, and we've talked about your loyalty to that organization because where you fight around. You said. Let's talk about the same day weigh-ins. I really want to talk about that. You fight at 185. I think there's some huge fights, but you basically walk around close to what you fight at, correct? I'm
about 1.5 kilos under my fight weight right now.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean? I don't belong in this weight. The reason why I'm at this weight is because I couldn't get the fight I wanted for the championship below my weight, which is 79 kilograms. I don't know what it is in pounds.
We can switch it. You be all right. Go ahead.
Right. So I've wanted to fight the champion of that, but he wouldn't fight me on that. So, well, here's the interesting thing. So, him and another guy fought. I've said I want the winner of that fight. That's like. Then he's gone doing his thing. I think he's fought in America and all that. So the guy who he's beat for that belt, I fought him. I've had a fight for this belt. I won this belt, so I've defended it. My first defense was the guy he's fought. He's did 7 rounds with him. I wiped the floor off him in 1 round. So I've put up a post saying, I want to fight you for your belt. And then he's come on saying, nah. There's nothing in there for me. It's a boring fight. It's this, that. And I said, listen, lad. I said, I'm the biggest name in the game. If you beat me, you've met it. No, it's a boring fight. He goes, oh, I'll fight you for your belt. You know what I mean? So then he doesn't want to lose his one, but he wants to fight me for my one. I'm thinking, I'm not even at that fucking weight. I'm like, I've had to put weight on for this belt. I'm walking around like a fat guy. You know what I mean? I don't even want it.
We did talk about that. I mean, say you're at, like you said, 79 kilograms, And or let's just convert that to something I can talk about. It 175. Let's just say the 175. They're walking around at 200 in America.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, because
We do the same day win, and I prefer that. But like, even for the other fighters, the safety of that, you're not. First of all, you're not draining yourself down. You're not taking all the water away from your brain and stuff like that. Because if you do a bad weight cut and you fight the next day, you're that dehydrated. There's no water floating around. You can get badly injured. Then you have these guys that do it right, and they're coming in about a stone, 2 stone heavier than their opponents, which is not good either because you're inflicting serious pain on these guys. So I don't, for fair fights, I don't think it's a good thing doing a day before weighing.
well, yeah, because like you said, you'll have a guy who naturally maybe he's walking around at 180, fights at 175. He just cuts 5 pounds to get, and then you got a guy walking around 205. He cuts
Yeah.
at 170. He's a lot stronger than that guy. He's just stronger.
So for instance, if I couldn't get the fight, so if I went over there to you and I couldn't get the fight I wanted at the lighter weight, and I went in at the weight I'm now, I'm walking in, I'm weighing in like 1.5 to a kilo underweight. That's me at my top weight. Well, your champion or whatever is coming in, and he's burning down about 20 pounds or whatever, and then he's putting that back on. So how is that like a fair fight? You know what I mean? I know it's it is weight division as long as you make it, yeah, but be fair, but put it to the same day. You know what I mean?
Well, the same things happened in boxing. It got so, out of whack that, you got guys 200 pounds fighting in the welterweight division or vice versa on the night of the fight. So, as a boxing fan, it's not fair. It isn't.
You see these guys putting on like 20 and 30 pounds in a day, and you're thinking, how are you even doing that? And they come in, they look like they're dying on that weighing scale, but then the next day they come in looking like an absolute different person altogether, and you're thinking, how is that even possible? Which is quite dangerous. Yeah. But even for themselves to lose that much weight, like it has to be dangerous. Like,
absolutely. I mean, like you said, a lot of your water's in your brain. If you lose it dry, you get it bounced off the ground or bounced off somebody's hand. It's not good, right?
No. So yeah, I'm a full believer on the day of weighing should be throughout the whole thing.
So your next fight, you say you're fighting in Wolver. Make sure I'm pronouncing that correctly. Where is it? Wolverhampton. Wolverhampton. So what's that fight looking like? How far out? What's the date on that fight? How far are we out from that fight?
The 30th of March. So be 2 weeks this Saturday. As I said, I'm fighting the champion from the weight below me. He's coming up to my weight, which really I should be at that weight, but he obviously didn't want to fight me for his belt at lower weight, so he's come up to fight me for this one, which is okay. I'm sound with that, but when I beat him, if he wants to rematch, it'll be for his belt.
Yeah, that's absolutely, that should be in the contract. You're being gracious. You're allowing him to come up to fight for your belt, and it should be let me come. I understand how that works, right? It should be double champion.
I think I'm like 6-time world champion back here. Out of that many belts, I'm not really pushed about them anymore, So I'll take a big name over a belt any day.
Well, it's been quite some time since you lost, and that's the thing. So, and that's another thing I want to ask you about. We talked about this off camera about the possibility of you ever fighting in America on a BKFC card, and talk to the fans about that, because you've outran through everyone, and but I understand. Tell them what we talked about, Jimmy.
Yeah. As I said, I'm loyal to the company. First of all, it'd be hard for me to just I've started this now 10 years ago. Same company, great friends of mine now, and they do anything for me, to be fair. So it'd be hard for me to just go, that's it, I'm off, blah, blah, blah. But obviously, if BKFC want to come in and make me a massive offer, you know what I mean? I'll chat to them and see what's what. But as in the BKFC UK, I'd never fight for the BKFC UK. I couldn't do that, to be fair. That's just like basically giving the 2 fingers to the company I'm with now, and no, I'm not about that.
So, do you ever see a time when there'll be cross promotions between these leagues, the BYB, BKFC, the BKB?
BYB, BKB are doing the cross
I already,
promotions.
yes,
And
yes, I know you. Yeah, I already know you.
they're
Yeah, I
doing,
mean, yeah, I
they're
know that.
doing
So,
stuff, yeah. As for BKFC, America and us, without getting into the history, but I don't think it's because they've worked together before, back way
yeah,
back in the day, and something's gone on, which is not it's not my place to say what's going on, but
right,
yeah. So I can't see it really happening. To be fair, there was bridges
right.
burned,
So, I
I should
mean,
say.
so promotions are more popular or less popular. You have the model of like UFC and Bellator and PFL, right? That
Yeah,
everyone exists and everyone makes money, but you have the public see someone as one as the bigger. And not to disrespect anyone here, BKFC has a large marketing model. They've done a great job at building their production and the
yeah.
big names they bring. Putting a
Oh,
light on what they're
absolutely.
doing.
Yeah, absolutely. They've production wise and all that, it's absolutely massive over there. And fair play to them. They've really from where they started to them now, like they've really upped their game massively. So well done to them.
Well, and that's great. I mean, but I think that each one though, there's so many. Like even the BYB, bare knuckle fans are bare knuckle fans. Don't think the guys are just I just watched the BKFC. Right? No, no.
You
You love
want-
bare knuckle. You're watching all of it. So
I- I'm
I mean,
I'm I'm
go
a,
ahead.
I'm a fight
Sorry.
fan. I'm a fight fan. As yourself, you're a fight fan. I'm not limited to just watching bare knuckle. I watch boxing. I watch MMA. But I'd watch two fucking rats on the street fighting. You know what I mean? I just like watching fighting. You know what I mean? So for anyone to
I
say,
mean,
"Oh, I don't watch that. I don't watch that," you're just stupid, lad. You watch everything. Just don't be daft.
I was bouncing around this weekend. I saw Nagano get knocked out. I saw O'Malley win. I mean, it was all happening all weekend long, right? It's fight
Yeah,
weekend.
yeah. I watched the Mali fight today. To be fair, I'm one of those people. At 10 o'clock at night, I'm in bed. I'm sleeping. You know what I mean? So when the UFC is
I
on, it's like
understand.
4 in the morning thing. I'm thinking, nah, my body's not able for that.
Listen, that's right. You guys are on a totally different time frame over there as well, man. So, and big ups to our currently our heavyweight champ is a UK guy, Mick Terrell.
Yeah,
I'm sure you might
make
be familiar with
her.
him.
Yeah, I know Mickey used to fight for us years ago. You know, what I mean, very very nice guy and a good fighter. So I wish him well in his career.
Yeah, and he's have a massive fight coming up April 27th against the Juggernaut. There, who's one of our huge stars here in BKFC. And Mick Terrell's been nothing but a class guy, big, strong, great fighter. You see him taking Juggernaut out? You think he can do it?
Yeah, but look at the size difference. Like there's, it's kind of like a good big guy will always beat a good small guy. Like and Mick is a good big guy. And he's massive compared to what's his name? Hunt, is it?
Yeah, Hunt, yep.
So like, and you're fighting bare knuckle. There's only so much damage you can take with that extra weight and all. And don't get me wrong, Hunt has done very well in his career. I think he's is he a 2-weight champion?
He's a 2-weight champ right now. Yep.
And fair play to him for moving up to heavyweight and taking that challenge on. And I wish the two of them the best of luck on it, but I just can't see him beating. I think Mick is just too big,
I mean, he is huge, and that is the conversation over on this side of the pond as well, Jimmy. Like, Juggernaut's fantastic. He's a 195, 185 champ, 195 champ, going
Yeah.
to, I mean, and to be fair, Lorenzo walks around about 225 pounds. I mean, he's a big guy to be smaller, but he's not the size of Mick Terrell. Nah.
No, you can see it's just a massive difference. Just ask again. It's bare knuckle. You just don't know. You just
That's
just don't have a clue. So yeah, it'll be an interesting one. When is that fight?
April 27th in LA at Knuckle.
Oh.
Was it? I'm sorry. What? Knucklemania.
So
Knucklemania.
it's not far off. So
Very close, very close. And I mean, it's all the talk of the rage around here, man. And they've got, of course, Platinum Perry's fighting on that card, as well as Christine Ferreira, our very tough woman champ. But everyone's talking about the Juggernaut.
But I bet you anything like that fight won't even be main headline fight. You'll have Mike Perry headlining that.
Oh yeah, that's true. So what they're calling the Perry the headline fight, and then the female championship the co-headline, and Mick Terrell and Juggernaut are the featured bout. That's what they're
Right,
calling that.
but how can you have a non-title fight as a headline fight when you have two world titles on the line?
100% agree. And I am of the school of, I think that the sport has grown now to where the BKFC, BKB, BYB, but BKFC in particular, they have homegrown fighters now that have huge foul. But, and I think they used a model of using those big names to draw attention. But they got a lot of good fighters.
I totally understand that. Totally understand that. But you got to be respectful to your champions and put them where they should be. Champions should be headlining shows. Like you had Joshua the other day. Imagine Joshua like a mid-level card and someone else headlining it. So I just think if you're a champion, you should be headlining. Doesn't matter who else is fighting on that card.
Yep, and this is Los Angeles, so it's the first time that BKFC has ever been in California. It's the first show they're busting the state, and it's LA. So we expect it to be like a massive show.
That'd be massive, yeah. That's why they have Perry on, because he's such a big name over there, isn't he? So you can see what they're doing and how they're doing it, but it's just you just take it away from the champions on, you know what I mean? As I said earlier, it's like you have two tiers over there in the BKFC. You know what I mean? You have the bare knuckle fighters, then you have Perry and them fighters on a different tier.
Like a celebrity division.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. So, but again, I wish them not luck with it, but it is what it is.
Well, that's just some of the things we've dealt with these different factions. I want to say this, man. It's been an absolute pleasure talking with you, man. Jimmy the King Sweeney, you're a legend in bare knuckle, no doubt about it, no matter what the organization is.
I appreciate that, brother. At the end of the day, it's all bare knuckle. And every fighter puts you're basically putting your life on the line when you go into that ring. You know what I mean? We do it for entertainment. We do it for ourselves, but we do it to entertain the fans. So it doesn't matter what company we're. Everyone deserves respect when they're there.
And that's what I'm gonna say, man. I always say, who does win at these bare knuckle fights? The fans always win, because you're getting 13 fights, action fights, 10 fights, however many's on the card. They're action fights.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
And I want that question. Good.
No, and the fans deservedly so, because the fans are the ones that keep it going. The fans are the ones that pay the money. You know what I mean? So they deserve to have these good fights and not just one go, quality fights and a big fight card. So fair play to all the fans that come out and spend their hard-earned money on us.
I got a question for a change that was recently made in BKFC, and I want to think what your opinion on it is, Jimmy. So I don't know what size is the ring that you guys fight in?
Fucking shit small
over there.
Small.
It's small. It's really small.
Yeah. I think it's about it's either a 14-foot or a 16-foot. It's tiny.
Okay, so then we're coming back more. So BKFC always had a 22-foot round ring, but now they went at 16. So the last two cards have been at a 16-foot ring now, and it's 2 steps from the scratch line. So it has increased the action. It's a smaller ring.
It's like with the bare knuckle, like with the BKFC, you had that massive ring which took the excitement out. But especially if you have a boxer, you just run all day in that massive ring, So with the smaller ring, the smaller ring is still big enough for a boxer, but you're literally in each other's faces. You know what I mean? It's action packed for the whole fight. And when you think of bare knuckle, you think action. You know what I mean? With the massive ring, you're taken away from that. So this is why you have the smaller rings, because you're basically, you have to fight. Your opponent is literally in your face the whole time. So it's action packed for the fans, and this is what the fans want to see.
So Jimmy, you'd say that BKB, of course, BKB and BYB do cross motion. Have you fought in the Trigon?
I haven't fought in the Trigon yet. It's something I'm looking at this year. But obviously I have to get through this fight first, and then we'll talk about it then. But I'm looking to do it. Do you know what? I'm a boxer. I've come from a boxing background. I fought the likes of Andy Lee, stuff like that as an amateur. I'm a good boxer. So the bigger the ring, the better for me. So the Trigon is absolutely tiny. So it's one of those things. Yeah, it's one of those things where it'll take away my boxing skills. So I'll probably just have to brawl like F. You know what I mean? So, but I'm excited because it gets me over to America, and I'm excited to do it.
Well, and also, man, for the American fans that don't know, man, Jimmy the King Sweeney, man, go to YouTube, watch his fights, man. We're happy to have you over here. You need the bigger audience, man, the biggest audience you can get, for real.
Yeah, appreciate that. So this year I'm looking to get over there, and hopefully I can get over a couple more times.
So, I mean, I got some small amateur boxing background way back in the day, and I couldn't imagine being caught in the corner of that triangle. Man. It's that corner. It's like everything's a corner. You're trapped in the corner the whole fight.
I've seen it, but I've seen it, you know, and they have done a cross promotion back here, and the ring that they use in the Trigon in the UK when they come back is actually smaller than the one they use in America, and that's a scary looking ring. You know, it's absolutely tiny. So I've been speaking to
smallest fighting surface in the combat sports.
So look how small you think the one in America is, because they have to get it smaller to fit the stage of where we fight. So it's even smaller again, and it's looking.
So it's a phone booth. It's a phone booth.
Yeah. It's like a miniature phone booth. You know what I mean? I'm looking at that thinking. I'm looking at that thinking, it's not even worth the trip. I mean, well, it's one of those things where you're gonna be busted up in it. It's literally just put your head down, swing like for shit, and just hope for the best. It's one of those things.
Well, man, I tell you what, Jimmy, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me, man. You got a fan in me for life. I'll definitely be following you. Good luck with this fight, and please, man, anytime you want to get on and call anything you have to announce, man, you're a friend of the show. We'd love to have you on.
I appreciate that, brother. Thank you for having me on.
All right, man. Anybody you want to shout out? Well, there you go, man. Jimmy the King Sweeney, BKB legend, man, and about wiped out everybody in his division, below him, above him. And like you said, lots of good things there, touching on the differences in the leagues, maybe some reasons why you don't see some cross promotions happen and why you do see some happening. But once again, man, he's always welcome in Knuckle Town, baby. Big faces out.
Welcome to Knuckle Town.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about, have your cloud. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now.
Welcome to Knuckle Town.
A slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can, and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe.